Great morning, my extremely great champions. Hope you're all feeling the absolute best you've ever felt. Today we're going to go on a little adventure, hang out with Lolita and Kenzo and share our own 5 personal tips of having a brand new baby in the house. If you don't know who we are, I'm Ryan, this is my vlog. This is Kenzo, my son, the greatest champion in the world. Lolita, my wife, the best thing that's ever happened to me. And we're living our dream in Thailand, making videos every day. And all we want to do is have mad fun together, make you feel great, and share our story with you. So smash that subscribe button and let's take it to the next level. Things have spiraled tremendously downward with our neighbor. Not our next door neighbor, but the neighbor directly above us. As you guys know, we stay on the 37th floor. And what's been happening is torrential rain, but not of rain, of actual rubbish. So as it turns out, the guy that lives above us is from a district where they actually launch their rubbish out the window when the trash can gets full. And for me, it just occurred to me that it was going to be way too much problem for me to go and sort this out with the guy because he stays on the floor above me and I don't have access to his floor with my security card, right? But now what's happened is he's taken on a tenant. So now there's double the rubbish sailing out of their windows, morning and evening. And this morning, after my meditation, I went to go and get a bit of laundry and I was actually stunned by an actual downpour of rubbish. So I'm not sure exactly what to do because, as you know, my card doesn't grant access to the floor above us. So if you guys have any ideas how I can remedy the situation, I'm all ears. You know what is so extremely true? You know, I've said it 1,000 times. Whatever you think about, whatever you speak about, that's what you attract. Just yesterday I was on the train with Lolita and it occurred to me to ask her if the locals ever miss their station. And she's like, yeah, it always happens. And I'm like thinking, whoa, how's it possible? How's it possible for that to happen? That would be the equivalent of a Western mother driving to like a different school to fetch her son. Today I'm on the way back from gym and like I'm so caught up in the moment and I noticed that I'm like in a totally different area. I climb off the train, nothing looks familiar. Not only have I missed my station, but I missed it by 4 additional stations. So I was like 4 stations more down. I don't know how that happened. We've just arrived in the biggest 7-Eleven in Bangkok. Okay, it's not the biggest 7-Eleven, but it's one of. In the back there's a whole cashier section. And then have a look over here. On the other side, there's an even bigger cashier section. So the reason why we're here is number 1, Kenzo, we're gonna get photos taken for the champion because tomorrow we're heading out to an enormous government office and we're gonna get dual citizenship. So he's gonna be a citizen of beautiful and magical Thailand as well as a citizen for amazing South Africa. The second reason why we're here is because an actual tornado, typhoon, it's raining. So we're gonna have to seek refuge here until the rain stops and then we're gonna head back. Welcome back. No doubt anyone that's watching is wondering why is Ryan, of all people, talking about a baby? And the answer is that when I had Kenzo, I went on the biggest, most challenging, most exciting learning curve that I've ever been on in my entire life, and that is exactly what you're gonna go through. So if I can streamline the process for you and add a bit of value, then it's a win-win for everyone. The first thing is understanding the importance of that gold that comes out of the breast. A little story quickly. Our friend stays on the island still in Koh Samui. Their baby was taken away from her immediately after it was born. 18 hours later they brought the baby back. Because of the time difference from when the baby was born, when the baby came back, she stopped producing milk. So their baby had to be on formula from day 1. And now, like the baby's just over a year, there is a massive difference between her baby and Kenzo. So in order for you to produce milk, and a lot of milk, what you want to do is you want to go get ginger, real ginger from like a fruit or vegetable shop, skin that ginger, cut that ginger up and put it in like a kind of kettle that has a plunger and drink it no less than 3 times a day, morning, afternoon and lunch. I promise you now, you'll be producing milk like you've never seen before. Lolita used to drink the milk and within a minute after drinking it, actually start spraying milk, okay? So that's number 1. If you want to produce great milk, go get ginger, boil it, drink it. The other thing is the head technique. So when a baby is born, the head is so soft, so vulnerable, so moldable. And every single time a new person meets Kenzo, the first thing that they say is, wow, your baby's got the most beautifully shaped head. And Lolita always says, yes, because I used to alternate his sleeping position. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Have a look at my son's head. Please have a look at my son's head. It's amazing. And what you want to do from the beginning is when your baby sleeps and naps, let him sleep this way. And then the next time he sleeps, let him sleep that way. The other point is, it's going to be up to you, but there's two fields of thoughts here. Some people say, okay, I'm going to put my baby to bed and just let him cry himself to sleep. And other people say, no. I want my baby to sleep in a loving, kind of harmonious environment, right? So again, I'm going to use an example of some friends, other friends, they're not even in Thailand, but their baby, they basically put the baby to bed, and then when the baby sleeps, it sleeps, but it always cries itself to sleep. But our baby, whenever it cries, we always assist it. And I know some people are going to be thinking, oh no. If you always respond to like your baby's crying, he's like a cry baby, he's going to cry for everything. But that's not true. If he grows up in a loving, harmonious environment, he's going to be a champion. In fact, I can remember when I was about 13, 14 years old, I used to lie in bed actually crying because my mother and the stepfather, they didn't want to watch movies with me at night. And I felt so rejected and I felt so lost and lonely. And although now I'm totally cool about the whole thing, that made a lasting impression, right? So although your kid won't remember it, emotionally, he will still have that kind of neglected feeling. So don't let your kid cry himself to sleep. And whenever the kid is crying, just find out what's wrong. And I promise you, instead of creating a crybaby, you're going to create a champion. Like now, Kenzo only cries about once a day. The second last thing I want to talk to you about is never fight in front of your baby. Like before a baby can learn how to walk or talk or even open his mouth, they pick up on the parent's emotions. So if you're like a nervous person, or if you're not a friendly person, or if you are fighting a lot with your partner, the baby is going to adopt that frequency from young. And again, although you won't remember it, he's going to portray those characters on a vibrational level when he's a lot older. So make a rule. Lolita and I made a rule that we never, and we haven't ever, not once, fought in front of Kenzo. And finally, I want to talk to you about something that I started doing before Kenzo even left the hospital. Now, again, in alignment with what we said now, like the vibrations, I was telling Kenzo, listen, you're such a champion, you're a leader, you're a warrior, like whatever the most grand vision that you have for your son, you need to start planting those seeds before you even come home from the hospital. So I was telling him, wow, you're so handsome, you're so healthy. Kenzo, I was walking around with you at the hospital and like everyone who saw you, they stopped me and said, wow, I've never seen such a handsome baby as yours. And now look at Kenzo, like 1.5 years later, and be honest, have you ever seen a better looking kid, a happier, more charismatic baby? I don't think so. Like Kenzo's on a whole new level, right? So what you want to do is you want to start feeding your kid however you want him to be. So if you want him to be a champion, if you want him to perform, if you want him to be happy, tell him, wow, I've never seen someone as happy as you, my champion. It's so good to you, so loved. You make it, like just feed him these emotions. And I promise you now, you have no idea what tomorrow holds for you. Guys, I'm going to have to end off there. That's the vlog for today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Join the happiness movement. Smile at strangers. Compliment everyone. Be a champion. Be different. Be phenomenal. See you tomorrow.